Kelly so blessed, big plus XL. Kelly ain't got no chill. Kelly don't really give a fuck how you feel. Kelly ain't humble no more. Kelly got a foot on your throat. Kelly ain't humble no more. Kelly got a foot on your throat. Go, Kelly, go. Go, go, Kelly, go. Go, Kelly, go. Go, go, Kelly.
Hi guys, welcome back to the One Stop Shop. I am she is me, it is everything, period. And it's the first of the month, so you already know what time it is. Time for the motto of the month. Last month's motto was we're all in this together, and it was great. It was a great month. I think we had a lot of conversation. I think that we talked about our differences instead of shaming each other for our differences, and just realizing that even though, you know, I'm motivating you all and I have this mindset, I still struggle with leaning on others and asking for help. I do have a kind of like hyper independency that I need to work on, and so in lieu of that, we are definitely going to keep with the community theme for the rest of the year, but we're switching gears a little bit in terms of how to hold each other accountable. A lot of times we're giving this good advice and we want to move in that way, but then when reality sets in, that's not how we're moving. And so in lieu of that, September's motto of the month is hashtag do you rap or do you tweet? I was in the stool last month, so I do both, but that's beside the point. Do you rap or do you tweet is not like you need to be beating yourself over the head about the things that you aren't doing that you know you should be doing. It's just about an accountability tool. If I have issue with asking others for help and leaning on others, then maybe I should practice asking others for help and leaning on others even when I don't necessarily need it, even when I'm not in dire need. Just putting the things that are in your mindset and in your mind frame into play. And we'll get straight into it. First up on the do you rap or do you tweet regimen is, do you practice what you preach? Do you practice what you preach? There were several situations last month in which I just found myself giving the advice but not applying it to my own life. And so that's something that I want to work on in this month. It's like you speak life into so many situations. You do for so many people. You have the key, the answer. And then when it comes to yourself, do you practice what you preach? And I think that I'm a woman of my word. I think that like the things that I'm saying are aligned with who I am. But a lot of the times I'm a tough ass to the public, but I'm a lover girl behind doors, behind closed doors. Okay. So it just comes down to those like smaller details, like things like I'm always telling people, girl, you need to choose yourself. Girl, you need to say no. You gotta learn how to say no. Whole time I don't ever know how to say no. So having some just like I said, like not ever expecting perfection out of people. It's always about growth. It's always about taking the baby steps to become who you want to be and who you see in your future. Stop preaching and start practicing. You know what I mean? Preaching to your homegirls, girl, don't let him do this and don't let him do that and don't let him do this. When you really need to be saying, girl, I'm doing the same thing. Let's hold each other accountable. Okay? Do you rap or do you tweet? Okay? Get in the booth. Okay? Literally get in the booth. Literally, like, I'm not. Again, we still talking about community. We need each other. So the ways in which you are preaching but are not practicing, get you an accountability partner. Okay, we not pulling up. We not pulling up. We're not pulling up on phone now. We ain't doing that this month, okay? And I know I told you last month not to do it, but the whole last month I told you not to do it. I was doing it. So now, instead of just doing the practicing, instead of just doing the preaching, let's practice together. That's the point. Hashtag do you rap or do you tweet? Again, I do both, but I'm trying to be more of a rapper than a tweeter these days. You know what I'm saying? Do you function at a high level is next up on the hashtag do you rap or do you tweet regimen. And I know what y'all thinking. Y'all think about that Cam Newton and that Nick Cannon, that Dr. Bryant. I've been into it, but we're not going to go relationships because I feel like the topic is just, it's overdone. It's roadkill. Let's talk about, are you high functioning in other aspects of your life outside of your romantic relationship? I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be a high functioning woman or a high functioning man, and it really comes down to your boundaries, what you accept into your life. And again, that just goes back to, do you rap or do you tweet? Are you standing on business? Are you easily manipulated? Do you fall for people's words versus their actions? Are you naive? Do you, you can really go on and on and on and on, because it's situational, it's subjective. But I think that in this motto, do you rap or do you tweet, it looks different for everybody. And so, are you functioning at a high level? That's something you got to answer for yourself. That's not something I'm going to answer for you today or give you some kind of play-by-play, because I'm still figuring out myself. But the question needs to be posed. And again, back to community. If you feel like you're not functioning at a high level, talk to your people. What ways do you think I can improve? And what ways do you think I function high? And what ways do you think I function low? Again, the theme is still community. We're just at a new chapter of the community book, which is accountability. Are you functioning at a high level? It's like, yes, I'm spiritually grounded and I am, a leader and I do X, Y, and Z. But in what ways are you not functioning at a high level? For me, let's just go back to being able to say no, being able to focus myself. I feel like a part of my low functioning behaviors is putting everybody else first, putting everybody's needs before mine. That is a low functioning behavior. That's what I decided myself. I don't know if that's like scientific, psychological. I don't know, but I decided for myself, until you can tell people no, until you can put yourself in position to be the best version of yourself, like that's the one thing that I want to work on in terms of me functioning at a high level. Like, I do things sometimes that I do not want to do because I'm doing it for somebody else. And even though it's a beautiful part of me, it's toxic. It's toxic because you had plans today to work out, read, journal, X, Y, and Z, and you let one phone call spend your whole day, your whole productivity. And as much as everyone loves you for being, such a sweet, genuine, giving, loving, that is not who I want to be. That is not high functioning to me. I want to be able to know my free time is and what I have planned, that's set. Ain't no unless it's like I said, a dire emergency, I gotta stand on my boundaries. And so those are the things that I'm gonna be working on in terms of the question, do you function at a high level? For hashtag do you rap or do you tweet? I do a lot more tweeting than I do rapping in terms of setting boundaries for myself. So yeah, certainly not least on the hashtag do you rap or do you tweet regimen is, do your priorities match your needs? Are the things that you're prioritizing matching your needs? And again, I'll just keep using myself as an example because that's the whole point, accountability, right? I keep saying I want to be a millionaire and I want to be retired by 45. And that's what I want. But are my priorities aligned with that goal? Some days not so much. And that's just being real. And again, I'm not trying to push perfection, but there's some things that you just have to sacrifice, at least temporarily. So it's some things that you just have to say no to. Again, it's some things that just gotta go in order for you to get the things that you claim you need and want. I want to be somebody's wife and some children's mama, the mother of some children's. And so, not that it's anything wrong with me being outside and me, living my best life, but are you preparing yourself to be in your wifely phase, in your motherly phase, or are you just tweeting? Do you rap or do you tweet? Okay. Do your priorities match your needs? A lot of times the things we need don't always align with the things we want. And That's another part of it. Like, don't just do the things you want. Do the things you need. Don't always just do the things you want. Do the things you need. And make sure that your priorities fall somewhere, not even in the middle, because like if your wants is here and your needs is here, your priorities should be on this end versus on that end. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do you rap or do you tweet? And I'm not going to keep y'all too long. I think that like this motto of the month is very self-explanatory. Grab you an accountability partner. Talk about the questions that were posed today. Get you a little plan going for September and the rest of the month. Because yeah, do you rap or do you tweet? Do you practice what you preach? Do you function at a high level? Do your priorities match your needs? Bars. Bars! That's all I got for the motto of the month. I got bars. I rap and I tweet. I'm trying to be more of a rapper than a tweeter. So if you would like to be my accountability partner, let me know. But one more time for the one time. Do you rap or do you tweet? Do you practice what you preach? Do you function at a high level? Do your priorities match your needs? Yeah. Hey. Happy September, y'all. Love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Share, tell a friend. And get in the booth. All September. Get in the booth. Get in the booth.